Hi, boys and girls. So, the next book that we're going to be reading as a part of our book club series is The Magic Treehouse, #1 Dinosaurs Before Dark. This book is written by Mary Pope Osborne. Miss Osborne was born on May 20th, 1949. She is best known for writing the Magic Treehouse series. In 1992, the first Magic Treehouse book was published, and since then, Mary has been taking readers on adventures all throughout history. So we always talk about the genre whenever we're reading a book. And the Magic Treehouse books are historical fantasy books. Historical fantasy is very similar to historical fiction. If you remember when we read The Earth Dragon Awakes, that was a historical fiction book. And historical fiction books are books that are based in history, but some parts of the story may be fiction. They may not be real. The events in a historical fantasy book are based on a certain time period, but are not necessarily things that can happen. For example, magic and time travel. Those aren't things that really can happen, but they are based in history. You will experience elements of fantasy in this story, but there will also be some historical aspects. Jack and Annie, two of the main characters, will travel back in time with magical books. So, this is the cover of the book. I'm going to read the blurb, which is just a little paragraph that you would usually find on the back of the book that gives you a little bit of information about the story. Dinosaurs Before Dark. Where did the treehouse come from? Before Jack and Annie can find out, the mysterious treehouse whisks them back to the prehistoric past. Now they figure out how to get home. Can they do it before dark? Or will they become a dinosaur's dinner? For today's lesson, we will be making predictions. If you remember, predictions are an educated guess about what will happen using clues from the text or pictures and your schema to help you. Now, when we say educated guess, what we mean is if we're reading a story that has to do with fish and different animals in the ocean, and we ask you to make a prediction, you would not say that this story is going to be about a desert. Because if the story is about an ocean and fish, you wouldn't assume or just make a guess about a desert. That's not an educated guess. So an educated guess is when you use these steps. So before you read, that's how we're going to be making our predictions, you look at the title and the illustrations. But you can also make predictions while you read. You would look at clues throughout the story to help you understand. So what I want you to do again is take a look at the cover, reread the blurb, and then you are going to write down 3 predictions that you have about the story.